All right, let's dive in. We're going to tackle one of the biggest career moves happening in tech right now, that pivot from product designer to product manager. Think of this as your playbook for making that strategic shift. We're going to break down why this is happening now, what incredible superpowers you already have as a designer, and then lay out a real, actionable roadmap to make it happen.
Okay, so let's get right to the heart of it. At its core, the difference isn't really about a totally new set of skills, it's about your focus. As a designer, your universe is the how. How does a user interact with this? How should it look? How should it feel? But as a product manager, your entire world shifts to the why. Why are we even building this? Why does it matter to the business? You literally go from executing the perfect solution to owning the messy problem itself. So why is this conversation suddenly everywhere? Well, we're going to unpack the 3 big drivers that are really pushing designers to think about this move. The hunger for bigger impact, a pretty significant difference in compensation, and, of course, the massive influence of AI on both of these roles.
Let's just tackle the big question that's probably on your mind. Is it worth it? What does this actually mean for your career, for your bank account? Well, the numbers, they tell a pretty interesting story.
Now take a look. When you're starting out, things are pretty comparable, right? But notice what happens as you get more senior. That gap starts to widen a lot. The PM track just opens up these leadership tiers. Think Group PM, VP of Product, with salary ceilings that often blow past what a typical individual contributor designer can make. But it's not just about the money. There's another huge force accelerating this whole conversation.
And here is the big market reality check. The story isn't that AI is replacing designers, it's that AI is forcing designers to become strategists. It's getting insanely good at the routine stuff, wireframes, generating assets, you name it. This quote from Figma's VP says it all. The value is shifting away from pure execution and moving way upstream into strategy.
But here's the flip side. For product managers, AI isn't a replacement, it's an amplifier. A study from McKinsey found that generative AI can boost a PM's productivity by up to 40%. Think about that. It handles the busy work, summarizing research, drafting user stories, which frees you up to do the deep, strategic, human work that AI just can't touch.
Okay, now for the really good news, you are not starting from zero, not even close. Let's talk about the designer superpowers you've been honing for years that make you almost perfectly positioned for this kind of transition.
This is so crucial to understand. This is a pivot, not a giant leap into a completely alien world. Those foundational skills you've spent years mastering, they're the exact same things that make a great product manager. You just have to learn how to aim them at a slightly different target. Just look at this list. You already have this incredible foundation. Your deep user empathy is what helps you define the right problem to solve. Your collaboration skills are what align the entire team. And your visual storytelling ability, that's how you sell the vision. These aren't just nice-to-haves. For a modern PM, they are absolutely core competencies.
All right, let's get real about what might be missing. You've got the user-centric skills totally locked down. But the pivot to PM means you have to build a new muscle. Serious business acumen. So now we're going to map out the new skills you'll need to really truly own the why.
Just think of this as your personal translation guide. Your focus has to shift from measuring the quality of the experience to measuring its impact on the business. It's all about learning how to draw a direct line from your work, like improving usability, to a hard business outcome, like reducing the number of customers who leave or increasing how much money they spend with you.
And these are the next levels of the game. You've got to start thinking in terms of profit and loss and return on investment. You'll learn frameworks like RICE to make really tough trade-off decisions. And yeah, you'll need to be able to speak the language of engineering and data, not so you can code, but so you have credibility and can help drive real outcomes.
Okay, enough theory. Let's get super practical. Here's an actionable playbook with concrete steps you can start taking, like tomorrow, and it's all tailored to where you are right now in your career. If you're a junior designer, your whole strategy is about learning and exposure. Get your hands dirty. Volunteer for those little PM-adjacent tasks. Offer to help write user stories. Shadow a product manager like it's your job. The goal here is to absorb everything you can and start building a small portfolio of PM-style contributions, positioning yourself for one of those great associate PM programs.
Now, if you're a mid-level designer, it is time to get proactive. This is where you move from just assisting to taking real ownership. Put your hand up to lead a feature, from the initial concept all the way through launch. And, most importantly, track its business impact. Then, you need to reframe your portfolio.
Stop talking only about the design process and start highlighting the measurable business results your work drove.
And for all you senior designers out there, you need to use your influence. Start operating like a PM today. Get in there and co-own the roadmap with your product partner. Rebrand your design leadership as product leadership. Your goal is not to start over from the bottom. It's to make a lateral move into a senior PM role by proving you're already doing the job.
And finally, let's turn the camera around and point it at you. Look, a bigger title and a bigger paycheck sound fantastic, but this move is definitely not for everyone. Being honest with yourself right now is probably the most critical step in this entire journey.
This really all comes down to self-awareness. What truly energizes you? Is it strategic debates, navigating ambiguity, and influencing a dozen different stakeholders? Or do you get your deepest satisfaction from the craft, from that feeling of pixel-perfect execution after hours of deep, focused work? Neither one is better, but they are fundamentally different worlds. You have to be honest about which one is yours.
Ultimately, making this move is a strategic pivot. It's a pivot towards greater influence, broader accountability, and a totally different kind of impact. You're trading the deep satisfaction of craft for the complex challenges of strategy. So the final question you really have to ask yourself is this: are you ready to stop defining the how and start owning the why?